Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Mindfully Breathing with Flowering Smiles. I'm Matt Buchanan. We are kindly, gently, and lovingly opening our eyes and discovering ourselves through the Buddha's full discourse on breathing as updated by Thich Nhat Hanh. Thank you, Thay. Each episode presents a pair of the discourse's steps along with additional important concepts to scaffold you into the episode's guided meditation. And we're doing this because it's an opportunity to experience the Buddha's discourse. We're at the end of steps 1 and 2. I breathe in, I breathe out. I'm aware of my in-breath. I'm aware of my out-breath. And at the end of each pair, we're doing the 3 doors of liberation. And today is signlessness. There's no need to rush. We aren't going anywhere. We are just letting go so our eyes can open. So please, lovingly sit and be while enjoying the happiness and peace that you are. Be the breathing, signlessness. What does signlessness feel like? The objective is to experience the signlessness in our breath. Why is this important? Because we are always breathing, and that means there's always an opportunity to touch base with liberation. How do we get there? Steps 1, 2, in, out, always. Mindfulness, concentration, and insight. I would think this one's always too. Smiles. Then it's going to be experiencing the meadow again and experiencing our breath. Conditions are used to, if you will, in the Meadow sense, manipulate nutrients to form another organism, and then to manipulate those nutrients in the organism to break them apart so they can return to the meadow so life can continue. And then we're going to introduce 2 different concepts, 2 different dimensions, the historical and the ultimate dimension. Sangha sharing time. If you're with somebody, please take this moment to share some of your happiness and some of your joys and how your practice is going. And this is a time to speak and a time to listen. The Dharma talk today. When we contemplate the 3 doors, we want to be very aware of the historical and the ultimate dimensions. In the historical, that perspective sees the birth and death of the flower or the grasshopper. The ultimate dimension, its perspective is larger than the historical. It's the ultimate, it's the biggest. Its perspective is of the whole meadow over a long period of time. In fact, it'd even be before it was a meadow and after it's a meadow. The flower is born because others died, other flowers died, other organisms died, other nutrients such as phosphorus, it was moved and shifted around because of its cycle. And then the flower has an opportunity to grab all of those nutrients and become a flower. And it's a beautiful flower. It's a beautiful expression of life. And then its time is gone because there's impermanence and it lies down. And those nutrients return to the meadow where other life can grab those and manifest themselves. So the ultimate perspective is about the whole meadow over time and how life constantly flows through changing forms. The historical is when we just see when a flower or a plant sprouts, when it grows, and when it dies. And it's more narrow, the perspective. So the ultimate perspective sees the flow of life as the flower is born, blooms, and dies. It sees all the myriad of previous manifestations that have all found their way to be here in this flower, in this moment. In the here and the now, we can gaze upon the flower and be delighted with its beauty. Then we can see what the flower once was and be amazed that it all came together and in this moment and right here so I can enjoy it. That is wonderment. As we begin to explore the 3 doors, you may become a little confused in how they are similar and how they're different. There seems to be a lot of overlap. I can't draw divisions between. This is because of the nature of interbeing. When you sit with emptiness, both aimlessness and signlessness are sitting right there in your lap. They are interwoven. So if you start to feel confused, simply breathe in and acknowledge how you feel or think, and breathe out a comforting smile. Breathe in, share the gentleness of your breath with how you feel. Soothe yourself and know it's okay. Below is a talk from Thich Nhat Hanh, The Little Plant of Corn and the Eyes of Signlessness. It's about 17 and a half minutes. When you're done, come on back and we're going to review the lab and continue along with the meditation. Hands-on lab. Let's go back to the Flowering Meadow lab. Bring with you the awareness of the historical and the ultimate perspective or dimension with you while you apply conditions to create the plant or animal. While that plant or animal lives, and then when conditions are applied to return the nutrients back into the meadow. The historical perspective sees the plant sprouting, growing, blooming, dying. The ultimate perspective sees the life that died so the plant could live, and how the plant returns to its nutrients to the meadow so life can continue. Life is what flows through. Think about a natural process that occurs within the meadow. Be mindful of your breathing and calm yourself. Then you'll be in the present moment. With the toothpicks, apply conditions to create the first shape. Then apply conditions to transition that shape to the next. Lastly, one more time. When you're done, mindfully listen to the following questions and let them ruminate in your awareness. Then we're going to transition into a meditation that's 14 minutes long with bells at 2 minutes. If you're with somebody else and you want to do a longer meditation, do the bells at 3 minutes. Let's begin with the leading questions. How are birth and death related? Was anything permanent? What happens if we place our happiness on obtaining one organism or shape? Can you identify any wonderments of how life continues through the meadow? From the historical perspective, we represented how conditions create birth and death. From the ultimate perspective, where life continues through changing forms, we could see the parts of each shape before the organism was born, or during the organism's midlife, or at its death when the parts or nutrients return to the meadow. Was any stage more or less significant than any other stage? Gently, please shift your attention from the lab to your breathing. Let's ask the previous question another way. Let's experience the answer. Is any part of my breathing more or less significant than any other stage of my breathing? Gently listen to your changing breath. Value and appreciate each breath for what it is. Gently listen, value breath. I feel my body rise. I relax my body. Body rise, relax body. Breathing in, I have this breath. breathing out because of this breath. I have this breath because of this breath. Breathing in as this breath ends, breathing out. This breath lives. This breath ends. This breath lives. Breathing in, life is the breathing. Breathing out, breathing is the happiness. Life is breathing. Breathing is happiness. I am the breathing. I am peacefully home. Breathing home. smile, and enjoy being. I love sitting with my breath and listening to my breath. Sometimes that's just my only meditation, is my only focus of my meditation, is just being with my breath and not undervaluing it, not overvaluing it, just sitting with it and listening to it, how each one's a little bit different, how it becomes deeper and slower over time. And sometimes my mind wanders. I notice my breath has changed again and I return to my breath. And then to spend time with my in-breath and my out-breath, how one gives to the other and the other returns so kindly. It's a beautiful relationship. Signlessness is a beautiful experience. Enjoy your day, enjoy your breathing, and thank you for being here.